Hey guys, how's it going? This is Tyler again with my AWS tutorial series. In this series of videos, we're going to be discussing how to set up a static website in S3. Um, we're also going to deploy dynamic elements using Lambda functions. So this is basically going to be like a serverless website, completely serverless. It's really cheap and easy way to set up a website that has both static and dynamic elements. And then so the architecture for this is going to be S3 for our static website hosting. We're going to have a CloudFront distribution so we can cache the static portion um, on local endpoints around the world. It basically improves performance. We're going to use Lambda for our dynamic aspect. We're going to use an API gateway that's going to serve as an entry point for our Lambda function. At the end of it, we're going to get a website similar to this, where it's just a basic HTML file, and we have a visitor count. This updates dynamically. So if I refresh this, each time I refresh, the counter goes up one time. Doesn't seem that crazy, but it's just a basic web app. But once you have this type of architecture set up, you can really use whatever dynamic um, processes you want. Oh, and I also forgot, DynamoDB is going to be used for the database that stores this counter number. Um, so yeah, let's get started. First thing we're going to do here is create an S3 bucket. Got that over here. So we're going to navigate to our S3 page. We're going to click Create Bucket. It's a general purpose. Uh, Give it whatever bucket name you want. Mine is going to be test bucket site 2. ACL is disabled. Block all public access. So we want to uncheck this. So we want to allow public access. Okay, believe that is all. Okay, so we have our test bucket created here. Um, let's click into this because we need to make some changes on here. So for permissions, I'm going to add this policy, block all public access. Edit this. We we want to allow public access. So, let's see what we got here. I'm gonna add this bucket policy. When I was doing my test last time, I found that I needed to add a bucket policy. So this is just going to basically allow us to read any object um, in our bucket. And what we're doing here is we're going to add an index.html file to allow us to, I mean, it'll serve as the entry point for our website. But we want to allow a bucket policy like this. Um, Let me just get gotta put my bucket name in here. Site 2. It's basically just allows us to have read access, uh, public read access to um, our index.html, which will serve as our website. Uh, Landing area. So public read. Cool. Let's go ahead and save changes for that. So we unblocked public access and we added read access on the bucket. Now we want to go to objects. I have a little copy of like a sample HTML file right here. This is our sample HTML. I'm just gonna put it into a notepad. Or actually, I already have that saved. So all this does is it's HTML and there's a little script to execute an API request. We're gonna get into that later. Not gonna talk about it right now. All right, so let's upload this. Add files. So we're going to add our index.html file to the bucket. There we go. Upload. Should be noted that uploads to S3 buckets are free of charge. Just in case you were wondering, um, so now we just want to create static website hosting, which I believe is in here in properties. Yes, it is. So let's edit this. We want to enable static website hosting. Host a static website. Yep. This is going to be index.html. That's the file we just uploaded. For anyone who is familiar with web development, uh, indexes HTML is a pretty well-known uh, file name for web development. All right, so we have our static website enabled, bucket hosting. It's going to give us this endpoint right here, and we should be able to see in our browser if this is working. And there we go. It's actually still referencing our other API endpoint. But we can just ignore this for now. The main thing is that we have this working static site is working. So that's going to be the end of this video. And I'll see you on the next one.